49. War Day 7. Showing mercy. I woke up in the teacher's observation room barely remembering how I ended up there. All I knew was that I battled Shigaraki and I think I won, but everything after that is a blur. Slowly lifting myself up in a sitting position, I could see that not all the teachers were here in the room. All Might isn't here? I wonder where the others are too? Nezu and Recover Girl were the first to come up to my side or sit across me. Recovery Girl. How are you feeling, dearie? Me. Pretty good. That was actually a lie. I felt like crap. My head was killing me and it was way too hot in here. Recovery Girl. Let me check up on your condition. Me. That won't be necessary. I am fine. I feel pretty normal, and besides, you healed up all my wounds. Shigaraki probably touched me in our battle. I really can't remember much of our battle. Knowing that I won is all I care. At last, no attacks of the love anymore and they get a second chance. They can change their lives for the better. I am so happy with that. I saw Recovery Girl walking towards me with a clinical thermometer. A fever? That would explain how I feel right now. Oh gosh, no. Worst timing ever. I have a game to win. I can't be sick right now. I jumped up from the couch and bolted to the door. No teacher was getting in my way from getting back to the game. Nezu was sitting across from the couch I was moments ago and was sipping from his tea. I swear he knows black magic. His quirk is his intelligence, but he manages to have a cup of eternal tea in his hand that magically appears and disappears. I won't even question that any longer. The other teachers weren't even near me at that moment. I was happy for that, as I didn't give them much time to react. After I jumped up to my feet, I bolted to the door, opened it and stopped in the doorframe. Me. Thanks for everything. I really feel fine. I have a game to win. Later. That was all I wanted to say before I went back to my main villain lair. Once entered the underground tunnels, I began to wobble and I wasn't steady on my feet anymore. My vision was also blurring. I held to the side of the underground tunnel for support and began slowly making my way back. Before I entered the lair, I stood some feet away from the entrance and relaxed for a little bit. I could tell that my fever is messing with me and my performance, and I didn't want Aizawa to drag me back to the teacher's observation room and cancel the exercise. I came too far to be disqualified because of my stupid fever. After I felt better and gained a better control of my sense of balance, I went inside and greeted my guest and teacher. Me. Hello, Toshi. Nice to see you up and ready for your judgment. Aizawa was in his sleeping bag, but once he heard my announcement he quickly wiggled himself out of it. Me. Say, caterpillar, when are you evolving into a butterfly, or are you preferring a moth? Shinso was giggling right now. I could tell he was holding back his laughter. Aizawa. Problem child. I remember clearly telling you to stop calling me that. Me. I am only stating a fact here. Turning my back to them, I went to my weapons arsenal and took a gun out and filled it with paralyze bullets and another one with blood bullets. He won't know what hit him until it's too late. I had a feeling that my teacher would somehow interfere and stop me from saying what I want to say. Me. Say, Toshi, I will give you an option here because I feel gracious. You either join my party or face the consequences. So simple. Toshi. What are the consequences? Me. Oh, you will see, or rather feel it. So what's your choice? Me. And before I forget to mention it, don't forget my present for you a couple of days ago. I believe you liked the beautiful crimson-red landscape I left you hanging upside down facing one of your smiling friends. Can I even call them friends? They said you had a villainous quirk after all. You needed to prove them wrong at the beginning and earned your spot, but let me ask you, do they really think of you as a friend or a teacher's pet? Aizawa. Midoriya? Me. Now is not the time to interfere, Aizawa-sensei. Me. Before I was so rudely interrupted, I wanted to ask, do you really believe that they don't consider your quirk villainous? They belittled quirkless people, and although you didn't say anything back then, I am sure you had a similar mindset. After all, your eyes were filled with pity. Now imagine if I told you that with your quirk you would be the perfect villain. Aizawa. Midoriya. I turned around and shot my paralyzed bullets at his legs. My teacher immediately fell down to his knees. Then I went to my teacher's side and switching my gun to a blood bullet one and hold it against his head. Wanting to shoot him, but in the end I decided it would be a bad choice. Now wanting Shinso to experience more trauma than he already had because of me, I only shot a bullet that grazed his ear. Me. How rude of you. I will not tolerate this. This is a warning. Putting my gun back down and going back to the arsenal, I began to equip myself with daggers and knives. Me. So Shinso. What is your choice? Join me or face the consequences. My back was facing the other two persons in the room. I didn't need to look at Hitoshi. He was crying and I could hear his sniffing. Me, whispering, I am sorry Toshi, but I really want to trust you. Aizawa heard what I said and immediately got the point. Aizawa. Shinso. You might not know this, but I am on Usagi's side. We were cast out by the society like you, so why not join us and show them what they created? As you know, I have a villainous quirk. Shinso. I will join you. You are right. They never treated me like one of them. I want to show them how wrong they were and what they made me do. Me. Good answer. Caterpillar, let him free. I have a mission for you. I turned around and looked at him. My trust is something a person must earn, and I do believe he is worth it. This is his only chance to prove himself to me. I really hope that he will do what I ask him to do. I could feel my headache worsen. A minute ago I would have complained how hot it was in the room, but now it was freezing cold in here. Me. I want you to eliminate a target for me. Her name is Kyoka Jiro. You will use your quirk on her and bring her here. Cage her up and wait for further instructions. With that I turned around and went to the entrance of the villain lair, but stopped in my track because I remembered an important detail. Shinso doesn't know his way around the tunnels. Me. Oh Caterpillar tilde. Do show him how to get to the hero headquarters unnoticed. Then I exited the room. I was on my way to the hero headquarters too. My victim was someone really special, the class vice representative. Knowing my way through the tunnels, I got to my destination in matter of minutes. Next, I went to the side of the building and entered the vent hatch. Same story every time the past couple of visits. Why am I crawling in the vent system like our rat god anyways? I could have just entered the building. I really should have just entered the hero's headquarters like a normal person. Regretting my decision as my fever was making things hard for me. I could barely breathe right in the small area I was in. Luckily, Shinso was helping me get one of the victims. I was looking for the class vice representative when I saw Shinso entering a room where both our victims were together. Let's watch this. Third POV. Shinso made up his mind to help Izuku out. He knew what the Greenette was capable by now and learned to never get on his bad side. The moment Shinso entered the building, he was met with Denki. Denki. Yo, where were you? I was searching for you. Shinso. Why? Denki. The girls are making some kind of girls' night and didn't want to let me in. Shinso. I was out making sure our surroundings is safe from the villain. Denki. And? Shinso. If I met him, I believe I wouldn't be here. Denki. You got a point. Shinso. I have question. Denki. He tilted his head to the side. This was the perfect time for it. Shinso. Are you dating Mina? Denki. I am. Shinso. Go to the storeroom and don't make a noise for the next hour. Denki couldn't do anything other than to obey as Shinso's command, as he was currently using his quirk and had fully control over the Pikachu. Shinso was following the boy to the storeroom. After Denki entered it, the lilac-haired boy closed the door and locked it. Shinso. Now to the girls. He went to the girls' room. Thanks to the stupid yellow idiot, he knew where the girls would be and didn't had to waste any time. Jiro and Yaoyorozu were together in their dorm room talking to each other when they heard a knock. Jiro. Who is it? Hitoshi. It's me, Shinso. Yaoyorozu. Oh, come in. Shinso entered the room. He knew that it was a bad timing, but he needed to kidnap Jiro in order for him to gain the trust of Izuku. Thinking about his options, he knew that after what he did to him days ago, he didn't wanted to know what the consequences were he was talking about. It already scared him knowing that the Greenette was ready to do anything. What makes matters worse is that his dad was involved in the exercise too and is on the villain's side. There was no way he could have escaped the room unharmed. Shinso. I wanted to ask you if you saw Denki? I can't find him anywhere. Jiro. I swear that stupid Pikachu is probably somewhere sleeping or doing who knows what to pass his time. Shinso. The last time I spoke to him he was searching for Mina. I fear Midoriya getting him and using him against us. Yaoyorozu. We can help you find him. I suggest we split up and search each floor. Jiro. You sure this is a good idea? Shinso. Why not? We need to find him before Izuku does. Jiro. You are right. Yaoyorozu. I will take the first floor then. Jiro. Guess I go with the second. Shinso. I go with ground floor. Yaoyorozu. Great, we will meet each other on the third floor in about 30 minutes. The other. All right. Then the heroes split up. Shinso went to the ground floor and then used the emergency staircase to go to the second one. Once he was there, he immediately found Jiro. Shinso. Guess what? I found him. Jiro. As soon as Jiro replied to him, she was in his control. Not knowing what just happened or why Shinso was doing it. She couldn't do anything anymore other than to listen to Shinso's commands. Shinso. Follow me. They both went to the emergency staircase and exited the building. Shinso was leading her to the entrance of the underground tunnels where he found his father waiting for him to escort him back. Aizawa. Good job. Now let's get her back to the base and lock her up just in case. Shinso. Where is Izuku? Aizawa. I don't know. He probably is in the building too. Shinso. I didn't saw him enter. Aizawa. I believe he has his way. You shouldn't worry about him. He can manage himself. Shinso. Say how come you are helping the villain's side. Aizawa. Izuku beat me in a fair battle. Nezu decided if I lose I would join him, but if I win the hero sides would have won by default. Shinso. Makes sense. Wait? Izuku beat you. Aizawa. Yes.